What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the Youth Experience Podcast, also known as... Yep, we're super excited to be back with another episode. If you don't know me yet, my name is Cooper. I'm the host. I'm the one that's here every week asking the questions, trying to keep the conversation going, making things sometimes awkward, but usually, hopefully, keeping things fun. With me this week is a really fun, exciting guest for me because you're just so fun to be around. This is Joplin.
Hi!
So Joplin and I have known each other for like 7 months because that's when I moved here.
Oh, that's crazy.
Isn't that crazy? Like 7 or 8 months?
I never thought about that.
It's been like less than a year, you know? Like that's crazy.
That's great.
Yeah. But when I got here, the one thing that I was worried about was that, because like when you're a youth pastor and you're new to like the whole area, I was just nervous about like making you guys want me to be around, you know, like because you never want to be like an outsider. So
right.
I wanted you guys to like think I was cool and like that you wanted to be around me.
And then
I met. I was nervous. And when I met you, you were just so like outgoing and you like made me feel so welcome, and I was like, this is somebody I need to be around. So I like you right off the jump, Joplin.
Is I did not know that we were getting a new youth pastor till like you came. Like it was like a week.
Oh, for real?
And then it was like, this is Cooper, and I was like, this is Cooper. Like this is great.
So you were like had no idea what was happening.
No,
and then
it was like we heard about it, and then it was Rim's goodbye, and then it was like, woo!
Oh yeah, because I was there for that.
Yeah,
I was there.
It was just Cooper.
Yeah.
Uh-huh.
That's crazy. Yeah. So what?
I was just like, I guess we'll be besties.
Yeah. So you're and like not only are you one of the people that I got to know first, but you're also my first class of like seniors.
I know.
So I only get to know you for I only get to have you in youth group for like a year, and then you're gonna be gone at college, and I'm gonna be sad. But it's okay. We'll talk about that later.
Yeah. Also, I can text you. I'll still make.
Yeah, we'll text and we'll FaceTime.
Yeah.
I'll have you on the podcast again at some point. Yeah, we'll do all that. It'll be great.
I'll be here.
Yeah, we'll be here.
It'll be okay.
We're friends forever.
Yes, besties.
Best friends forever.
Besties.
Awesome. So Joplin, I know we just like ranted already, but like tell the people a little bit about you. If you had to give like a 20-second resume of who is Joplin, what would you say?
Who is Joplin? Joplin is loud and the funniest person you'll ever meet. Like, I know that sounds like terrible that I'm saying that about myself, but I genuinely think I'm so funny. I like to try to be friends with everybody, and I try to be positive. I'm just Joplin. You're not gonna meet another Joplin like me.
That's a good point.
Another Joplin.
Yeah, there's no Joplin like this Joplin. That's for sure. What are your hobbies? Like, what do you do? Like, what are your fun things?
I hang out with my friends all the time. Like, after school, every single day, I'm with somebody. I have people. I'm one of those people. I don't believe that you can only have one bestie. My goal in life
everyone's
is to
your bestie, right?
Well, I don't like it.
But like, so like for me, it's like I have a category of like people I know, but I'm not really friends with. But the people that I'm friends with, I want to be.
Those are my best friends.
Yes, I hear that.
And I'm with them all the time. So there's that. I'm president of the art club, so I do art club every Thursday at school. And
I wish I was good at art. I'm so terrible.
You know, I'm a good doodler, and I'm crafty. I'm more crafty than I am artsy.
That's fine. I'm horrible at both.
Yeah, so craft it all.
I'm trash. Yeah, I'm trash at crafts. Yeah.
Not even
I can't do anything. No, I'm so bad. No, I will stick to the stick figures. That's that's like the top of my abilities. So
fair.
Yeah, but even like a stick dog, like I'm not good at it. I
don't think I could draw a dog if you asked me to.
I bet you could.
I could try.
I bet you could.
Thank you. But I do art club and student council, and I'm senior class treasurer. I don't have to do anything for that, but right now we're planning prom.
Oh, nice. Do you know the theme yet?
Okay,
are we allowed to say what the theme is?
I'm not supposed to really talk about it, but
okay. Well, I don't want to get you in trouble.
There's multiple ideas out there.
Okay.
There's multiple ideas.
Okay.
It's a fresh thing we're still figuring out. But I'm thankful because last year the juniors normally planned prom. So we never got to because of COVID.
Okay,
but they're letting us do it.
They're letting you do your own prom.
And this is the first year I've been a class officer.
Oh, cool.
So it's like my time to shine.
Yeah, look at you go.
Yeah,
that's cool. So, all right. Well, so for you, like, so you're a senior and you're really involved in everything. But like, we've also talked about how like college is coming up and like, Are there things about that transition that like you're looking forward to versus like things about it that you're like really scared about? Like what? Like talk to me a little bit about that.
I'm looking forward to like being more independent and like just starting my life. Like obviously I know it's like college isn't everything. Like it's just like it's the beginning steps.
It's the beginning. Yeah, it's something different.
So I'm excited for that part. But I mean, I think I'm nervous about like everything else that everybody going to college is nervous about. Like
sure.
Just like the little like, oh my gosh, am I gonna make friends? Am I gonna do this? Like just the little things. My biggest fear though is like, this sounds crazy, but I like whenever I get like super stressed and nervous about college, I'm like, I'll cry to my mom and I'll be like, I'm never gonna get to eat food. I'm gonna be broke and have no food and be sad forever. So I'm just afraid that I'm gonna starve.
No, you're gonna be fine. You have meal plans for a reason. You're gonna be great.
But I learned that at SIUC, they have Pepsi products. I don't like Pepsi.
Wait, they don't have Coke products at Carbondale?
And I was really, like, once I learned that, I was like, I should find a new college.
Man.
But, like...
Yeah, that's a deal breaker. Come on, Carbondale.
They don't even have Sprite. They've got Sierra Mist, which is garbage.
Wait, there's not that much of a difference. No. They're basically the same thing.
That is a sin. that is terrible. Sierra Mist is gross.
Are you serious?
Okay, have you had a Hold on. Sorry.
No, please.
Have you guys, people listening, the people right now, this is the most important thing I'll say this whole podcast.
Okay.
Have you had a crispy McDonald's Sprite? They'll blow you away. They'll knock your socks off.
Yeah, they're great.
The best. Yeah. You can't compare that to Sierra Mist. Boom, period, done.
I don't...
Done.
But here's the thing. So, like, if I go through a drive-thru, okay? If I go to a McDonald's, right?
They have Sprite.
And they... Well, I know, but, like, if I'm, like, go to a place and they have Coca-Cola, right? If they're like, we have Coke, I'd be like, perfect, I'll have a Coke. If I go through a drive-thru and I'm like, can I have a Coke? And they're like, we have Pepsi. At that point, I'm like,
Yeah,
but
Pepsi's nasty.
But if I go through a drive-thru and I'm like, can I have a Sprite? And they're like, yeah. But if I say, can I have a Sprite? And they're like, we have Sierra Mist. Is that okay? I'll be like, yeah, that's fine.
Yeah,
like they're not that different.
Okay, no. What I think it is I think that your brain is like, you hear Pepsi and that's a completely different dark soda, which is gross. The idea of drinking a clear soda, it's crispy, it's refreshing.
But they're both lemon lime.
It's still not as good as Sprite, Cooper.
I don't know if they're that different.
Okay, I think you're in the comments or something. Sprite is superior.
We could put a poll up.
There
probably.
You go.
That'd be interesting. Okay.
Sprite over Sierra Mist.
Sprite over Sierra Mist.
I feel like everybody around here is.
But the poll isn't, is Sprite better? The poll is, because I think we would all agree that Sprite's better. But the poll is, are they really that different? Because I don't think they're that different.
They're different.
I don't know about all that. Anyway, so Carbondale's terrible, and they have Sierra Mist. Yeah, what is wrong with them?
Yeah,
okay.
Yeah. But
are you excited about college?
I'm excited. I'm excited to figure out like who my roommate is and what it's gonna be like.
You're gonna get a random roommate.
Yeah, because I feel like it'll be more fun. Because even if I like can't stand the person and it's terrible, I had the experience.
Yeah, I had a random roommate when I went to Greenville.
Were they terrible?
No, he was super cool. We got along really, really well. His name is Matt Gemmer.
Oh, okay. Shout out.
He lives in Kansas now. What's up, Matt Gemmer? Yeah.
Okay.
We became friends like super fast because we both were both studying ministry. We were both into sports, so like we just kind of like hit it off, and we played a lot of like GTA on Xbox and stuff like that. So that was, we got along. So
there's like a Carbondale Facebook group that we have.
Yeah. That
like people post in, and like I feel like everybody's either going into like the radiology like department or they're going into like airplanes. Like
really?
Because like they've got a really good.
Is that a good program for them?
Yeah, for both of those programs.
Makes sense, yeah.
But like that's all the kids post, and I'm like,
yeah.
I guess I'm going to get stuck with the radiologist or somebody into flying. Like,
I feel like they usually... Well, I don't know. Maybe Carbondale's different. At Greenville, they tried to put you with people who... I think that eventually
we'll have like a quiz or something to take.
Yeah.
Like,
to try to match you up or something.
Because I know they do that I've heard that they do that at Evansville.
Yeah.
I don't know for sure. Maybe like Trevor or somebody would know.
Yeah. I think at Greenville, they tried to match you up with people in your major so that you'd at least have like something you know?
Which would be helpful.
Because even if we have like different personalities, we could at least talk about our major, you know? Like hopefully that gives you something that's not like super weird.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know. Is there like a certain aspect of college that you're like, this is what I'm super pumped about? Like this is why I'm going to college. Like for me,
that is terrifying.
No, it's exciting. Like something when you when you think about going to college, like what's something that you're like, oh, I'm super excited like to do this or like to be part of this or to whatever.
Oh yeah, I think I'm excited to be around like a more like diverse culture because everybody who's gone to Hillsborough, there's always less than 500 kids there. Mm-hmm. So I'm excited to be in a bigger...
And not a lot there's some, but not a ton of, like, cultural diversity here.
Not really.
I'd be a small town USA. It's pretty...
any small town. Like, I feel like kids are used to not, like... But, like, my friends in, like... I have a lot of friends in, like, Chicago and stuff, and, like... Or just, like, even my friends just, like, in bigger places, like Springfield, like my sister, like... Whenever I'm like, oh, there's only, like, this many of us here, like, at my school, they're like, what do you mean? Like, it doesn't even make sense to them.
Oh, yeah.
So I think, like, I'm excited to just, like, dive into a bunch of different types of people that look all different.
Yeah, it's one of the coolest things about college for me was that you get introduced to, like, so many different, not even just, like, different types of people, but you get introduced to so many different ways of thinking and, like, so many different opinions on different things. When you grow up in small towns, typically it's a very like one way. We think the same and we do all, which it's not terrible.
It's not terrible. It's really not.
But you realize what you'll realize, I feel like, as you go through college, is you'll be like, there are so many other things out here that I didn't even know because, nobody here, or like for me, it was like nobody in Auburn really talked about this, or like this was never a topic of conversation. You know what I mean? Like when when I was I want to say sophomore. Yeah, my sophomore year was like when a lot of like the BLM stuff started and like there was a lot. And for me, when you grow up in a small town, I'm sitting here like, oh, like that's just something that's happening. Like it's probably not that. But for kids who were from California and from like cities where like there was a lot of cultural diversity, for them it was like a huge deal. And I'm sitting here like, wait a minute, like. I didn't think this mattered for me, but like maybe this is something that I have to pay attention to, like there's a lot of that, which I feel like you will benefit from a lot is like seeing there's other ways of thinking. It's not all the same.
I'm excited. Especially like ever since like COVID, you see like, especially with like people blasting like fake news and everything like that, like all over Facebook. Like I feel like now people more than ever are like set on one train of thought and like, there's just no way to even, like, debate it.
Yeah, you're looking, like, not even debate, but, like, even just having conversation. Yeah.
Like, just have a conversation. Yeah. And people don't really do that. So, like, and whenever you talk about, like, whenever you went to GU, like, you were able to talk, like, everything about, whenever you'd have, like, a conversation with somebody, you could just, like, always, like, in with an argument.
Sure, yeah.
You were able to just openly discuss anything.
Yeah, you could talk about it. And the really cool thing was that, like, if we were in the lobby of our dorm or if we're in our dorm room, we can talk about it for 7 hours if we want to. Like, there's no, like, oh, I need to go to bed because, like, I mean, I probably at times should have gone to bed. Right. But there were definitely times where I was like, I'm too deep into this. Like, I want to know what's going on. And then, like, a lot of times you're having conversations with your friends. And so at that point,
even if it is an argument, at least, like, there's people talking. Like,
well,
there's about stuff.
It's crazy because there's nothing about, like, faith that says you can't argue, right? But there's, like, a right and a wrong way to do it. Yeah. And so, like, when I got to Greenville and people would say things I didn't agree with, I'd be like, wait a minute. Like, can we talk? Because, like, I don't understand that. Or, like, I don't agree with that. Like, can we talk about it? And to have conversations where the goal is not to win an argument. The goal is for me to understand where you're coming from. It grows
you as a person.
It does. It totally does.
Then it's like, because sometimes, you are everybody gets stuck in their ways about something.
Sure, yeah.
So it's like, you gotta just push yourself to be better, to learn more and grow.
Yeah, you have to be willing to be a little bit uncomfortable, right? And like the conversations, like you have to let people say stuff that you're gonna be like, oh, like I don't, that sits with me wrong, but maybe that's good. Like maybe that's something I need to like talk about.
Right.
Yeah, I feel like you're such a conversational person.
Oh, I love it.
So you are gonna thrive in that. Like you're gonna be so good at being like it's just I feel like you're gonna come back after like a year or two and we're going to be talking and you're going to be like, I've learned so much.
My mind has been blown.
Yeah, for real.
crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm excited.
Yeah, you should be excited. I think it'll be cool.
There's scary little things, but there's also a lot of I am really excited to just meet all types of people.
Yeah.
And it'll just be nice to not because like I said, only one other person from my school is going there. Mm-hmm. And I mean, I love her. I'm excited that she's going there, but it's I'm just so excited to not see the same people I've seen since kindergarten.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, it's right, and you'll do your best. We do our best to keep in touch with as many people as we can. But part of life is moving on, and and the people
it is gonna be crazy because me and my friend group last year 2 of them graduated, but we're all we still all see each other all the time. So now next year I'm leaving and my friend Katie Ray's leaving. Everybody's just going all their different places and all of us work now, so it's still we're scheduling around things, but we're still always together if we can be. Yeah. But next year it's gonna be weird, but I just have to accept I'm gonna have a new Katie Ray, I'm gonna have a new Aaron. Yeah. I mean, not replacing them, but
right. But there's more friends to be made. Yeah. And that's just part of life to make more friends. Yeah. Is it weird for you to think? Because one of the weird things for me. And maybe this is stupid. Maybe you're gonna be no, Cooper, I don't think that. But for me, it was weird to be okay, I spent the last 4 years. I finally became a senior. I finally became
top dog.
Top dog, right? Top and then dog. And then in 3 months you're back at the beginning again. And you're I
think it's just when I was looking at your baby pic of you out there.
I was a freshman in college. I was not.
Yeah, a baby. No beard, baby Cooper. Yeah. I was you can't even tell that you were just a senior.
Yeah.
Because I bet whenever you were at school, you were really top dog. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, no. Okay, but I had a lot of friends that I really enjoyed. Yeah, sure.
You're a top dog. You've always been tall.
You're saying height-wise? Okay, yeah,
general.
Sure, I guess.
Okay, I know.
Yeah.
But then, you really look like a baby because you were a little freshman in college. Yeah. It is weird. I feel that's probably, kind of a shocker for some kids because they're
probably.
I bet that might be hard. Yeah. I don't know. I kind of just hope, I make friends of all different ages, so it'll be an easy adjustment.
Yeah, that's the cool thing about classes is
everybody's different.
You'll have different age groups of I don't know how big your classes are at Carbondale. I'm assuming there's probably some pretty pretty big class sizes. Yeah, so you'll have so many opportunities to talk to people you don't know, and maybe you'll be oh, they're a junior, but we're getting along really well, and then.
Which I've always been good at making friends with older people.
Yeah. And I was that way too. When I was little, I wanted to hang out with the adults all the time.
Because it was more interesting.
It is more interesting.
I've always been nosy. I'm not even gonna lie.
I'm the same way.
I just love to know everything. Yeah. And so when I was little, if I could be around the adults, it was just ooh, what am I learning?
This is fun.
This is exciting.
Yeah, that's true. Is there anything about college that kind of scares you? Is there anything about going to college?
Other than being afraid that I was going to starve.
Yeah, okay. Other than that, yeah.
I feel I'm kind of afraid, the first, 2 weeks I'm going to be I got to go home. But but I just keep telling my brain, it's okay. The first, it's okay. I'm just, trying to accept, if it sucks for the first month, I only have to be there for a year. You know what I'm saying? So just take it as time goes.
I also think...
But I feel I'll fall in love and I'll be
and I think everybody hits that kind of man, this is the first time I've been away from home for this long, and you start to feel maybe I made the wrong decision. But I think if you fight that, eventually you'll kind of push through it. You get to
I feel if I just set it up certain ways in my head, it'll just go smooth. And I'm kind of afraid I know I'm gonna make friends, but I just feel at first I'm gonna feel lonely. And I do not like to be alone.
I agree.
I am a people person. I love to be around anybody. Because, I go crazy if I don't have somebody to talk to. Yeah. And I definitely learned that in quarantine. So I feel I'm just kind of nervous. At the very beginning, I'll be ooh, this kind of sucks. Or, I kind of do miss my mom, Yeah. But, I think I'll be fine. And I think they tried to do stuff to make freshmen feel more included.
Yeah, that's... every college, I feel that's something they have to pay a lot of attention to is making freshmen feel welcome, and
so I'm hoping that it works.
Yeah, and the other thing that you should not be afraid of is be honest with other people that you're freshmen, if the friends that you make early on, be guys, I am struggling right now, because odds are they probably are too, but nobody wants to talk about it because it's embarrassing.
You don't want to be homesick.
Yeah, you don't want to be the kid that's I miss my mom,
because you're supposed to be a big bad college kid.
Yeah,
but.
Yeah.
No.
But it's really like this is your first time that you're ever really like living on your own. Like, yes, you're still at a place that's like very much taking care of you, but you still, like, you can make your own decisions in college. Like, college can go however you want it to go.
Yeah, every decision makes the path.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is exciting, but also scary.
Scary,
It can be.
That's funny.
It can be very scary. Are you like, because I know like one thing we've talked about is you said that like youth group is something that like you've always gone to.
Yeah.
Is there like do you know if there's like campus ministries or anything
so
like that?
All I've seen is that there's like a lot of like Catholic ministry like stuff and like a lot of like student Catholic like programs.
Yeah.
And I'm like, well, I don't know, but I'm hoping like I want to find like a church or something. That like,
that's what I was gonna.
Because I know like college towns with like Christian like I know like in Greenville there's like the college kids youth group kind of.
There's.
I mean, they call it something else, but
there's like a few different churches that I think a majority of the kids go to.
Yeah. And I don't know that I'll be able to find something like that, but I still want to find something.
Yeah. Either way, I think if you can
find, even if I found a youth group, I just be like, can I help?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I would say spend the first couple of months just like trying out some different churches for like a couple weeks, see if you like something. Right. And then, or like, who knows, maybe you'll make a friend that's like, I'm from the area and this is the church that I go to,
Which that would be
and then
really cool.
Yeah, then you can go with them. But definitely like getting yourself, if you can get yourself plugged in with a church, like they will take care of you. Like at Greenville, the churches like loved when college kids would come, and there were always families that would like, well, if you ever want to like go somewhere, if you ever need a place to do laundry, if you ever like want a meal, like come over to our house, like so.
Did you take those opportunities?
Oh yeah, absolutely. You should absolutely take those opportunities. If you meet somebody who's nice enough to be like, if you ever want to do laundry at my house and I will cook you food, if you say no to that, Joplin, you're in a place that we need to have a conversation because
as soon as I find if somebody ever offers me, I'll be like, come here, some lady told me I could do laundry at her house.
And I'll be like, are you there now? Because you should be. that would be my response. Funny. Yeah, that's definitely like, I think if you get yourself plugged in with, or who knows, maybe like we said, maybe you'll meet a friend and they'll be like, you should come with me. I've gone to this church forever, and then you can go with them. And but the cool thing is also you don't have to like rush to be like, this is the church I'm going to go to forever. You can take the first 6 months. You can take the first year going around and being like, which church do I feel comfortable at? Like, which one do I want to spend the next 3 years, of my college life at?
That's nice because it's like, I feel like I'm gonna like, I would be afraid to go to one and then be like super nice to me, but me not like feel it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And then you'd be like, ooh, I gotta go back.
Yeah. Yeah. I think. Especially in a place like Carbondale, I'm sure there's so many churches.
Yeah, because they've got a lot of stuff there.
Yeah, and the campus has probably got lots of churches that are close by. So I don't think there's anything wrong with, I don't want to say shopping, but like in a way, like you're kind of going in and you're like, oh, like testing it out.
Church
like,
shopping?
Do you? Yeah, you're like you're church shopping. You're like, do I enjoy like the teaching? Were the people friendly? Does it feel like a space that I would be welcomed at? All things that you can think about.
I mean, I'm in like the little churches around here, and then I've been to a mega church, and I'm afraid of mega churches. So, this is random. This is so random. Yeah. But I'm afraid of them. Like it's weird to me that they have a text service for your prayer request.
Oh yeah.
And I'm like, I went to the West Side in Springfield.
In Springfield, yeah.
And I don't know if I'm supposed to name drop.
No, it's not a big
Okay,
deal.
I was like, I don't know.
Yeah.
And that's terrible. And I know like people love it, but I feel like it was like a cinematic production.
Yeah,
and what was so weird to me is like they were baptizing people and they like baptized 8 people in like 3 minutes. And they were like, boom, boom, boom. Yeah. And then I remember the man, he said like, this is the 200th baptism we've had this month. And he's like, we're getting them all. And I was like, that just feels so impersonal. Like, it just felt weird.
Yeah, I think different things work for different people, right? So
yeah,
I never have been a mega church person.
Have you ever been to West Side?
Well, so yeah, I've been to West Side. West Side is.
It did feel like you think
it's well. I mean, anytime you're at a church that size, I mean, you have so much money in your budget. It's like we might as well try to create as like authentic and like big and cool of a product, like not a production, but an experience, right? You want to create an experience.
But it kind of felt like a show.
It is easy to like fall over the edge into like, oh, we're putting on a production. You know, like you don't want that to be what you're doing. When we were in Charleston, you know, we moved to South Carolina and we started going to a place called Seacoast. And I don't know if you listen to like much. You know who like Brandon Lake is?
I don't think so.
He's like a guy who does worship music and stuff like that. But he's like on the radio and stuff like that. But he was the worship leader at the church, and like it was this huge church, and we went there because our friends were like, "You should try it." But in my head, I'm like,
So maybe it does depend on the big church.
But when we went there, they were like very authentic, and like you could tell they were very intentional about everything they were doing. So I think there's a right and a wrong way to do big church, you know. But you know, you'll just have to figure it out. Maybe you'll go to one and they'll completely change what you thought.
Maybe I just wasn't a big fan of the Springfield church.
You don't have to be. That's the cool thing about churches. There's another one. You can find a different one.
Right.
You know?
I do like that.
Different churches for everybody.
Exciting.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, Joplin. We're gonna do something that I don't know if you're excited about or not, but we're gonna play some trivia.
Oh, okay. I hope I don't look stupid.
You're not gonna look stupid. And the cool thing is that either way, you're gonna walk away with this really cool youth experience podcast sticker.
I actually get one.
You get one. I know. I think everybody has one now. I think we've gotten one out to everybody. Nice. I just got Alana a Cricut, and that's what we make the stickers with. And it wasn't working at the time. It was we didn't know that was gonna happen, but you know, I didn't. You know, it just kind of worked out that way. Are you ready to play some trivia?
Sure.
I think that
I know a lot of little information, and I know a lot of nothing.
It's fun to have useless information sometimes, you know?
So it's either I'll get to it or I won't at all.
Let's do this.
All right.
Question number 1, we'll try to start it off kind of easy.
Okay.
Who invented the light bulb?
Oh, what is his name? Okay. Edison?
Yes.
Oh,
Yep, Thomas Edison. Correct. Okay, all right, so you're 1 for 1. Way to start off strong,
all right.
Number 2, this is a multiple choice question. You're the first person to ever get a multiple choice question on the podcast, okay?
Because it's so obvious to the listener.
No, it's okay. In science, what is the strongest type of bond? Okay? There's ionic bonds. There's covalent bonds, and there's hydrogen bonds. Of the 3 of those, do you know which is the most?
Covalent.
It is covalent bonds.
Oh, science!
I would have also accepted family. Family is the...
family bonds.
Family, yeah. Just gotta give the ode to Vin Diesel there, you know. Yeah. Family is the strongest bond, but also covalent bonds. So,
okay.
Yeah, nicely done.
What about James Bond?
Ooh, James Bond's a good one too.
That would have been a good answer.
Wow, look at us go. All right.
Off bonds.
All right, you're 2 for 2. Number 3, do you know what the largest bone in the human body is?
Is it your femur?
It is your femur.
Oh,
Joplin is 3 for 3. Okay, look at you go. Okay.
Like, if you're watching and not listening, like my facial expressions sometimes, that's what you guys are enjoying. Because I'm just like, yeah, all the faces.
Yeah, amazing.
Like,
3 for 3. Good start.
Okay.
Number 4. Can you name 2 of the letters that Paul wrote in the Bible? There's 6 of them.
6? Okay.
Let's see if you can name 2 of them.
There's so much of Paul.
There's
so much Paul.
Yeah, 6 letters of Paul.
I don't think so.
They're all in the New Testament, if that helps you.
Can you give me an example of one?
Okay, I can give you an example of one. Colossians is a letter written by Paul.
Yeah,
I gave you the hardest one, so I didn't want to...
I was like, I don't think I know.
No?
No.
You want me to tell you what they are?
Yeah.
Just so you know for future reference?
Yeah.
So, Colossians, Corinthians...
If the one that's in my head is one of these, I'm doing so bad.
Romans.
Okay.
Ephesians.
If this...
Philippians. Yeah. And Galatians.
Oh, okay.
What were you thinking?
I was thinking, because Paul's a big part of Acts, so, right? Yeah, so, my brain just...
you're right. He did also do Acts. So that's one of them, too.
Okay. Well, because Acts
is 7 letters.
Okay.
That's my fault.
Okay. Yeah. Well, because Acts is, the only... when I Bible quiz, Acts is the only book I liked.
Yeah?
Out of...
that was your favorite one that you liked out of all the ones?
Yeah, so, anytime, people are like, oh, what's your favorite book? I mean, I don't know that it's my favorite book, but I just like I can always like visualize acts because we did it so much.
That's cool.
And like because I did Bible quizzing for caffeine, and the old lady would make us watch those terrible church movies where it's like they're acting out.
Yeah.
Oh, they're awful.
They're really cringy, like so super low budget.
But I can still see where they're like, Paul, you know what I mean? Yeah. Where it's like the scales have dropped from his eyes, and then it's just like, you know what I mean? Like, it's terrible.
Yeah, that's true. All right, well now you know. That's what some of them are. All right, number 5. You're 3 for 4 though, so you're still doing really well.
Oh, great.
Number 5. Do you know how many feet are in 1 mile?
That's so hard.
I learned this. I feel like I learned this like because I have it memorized. Like I remember being taught that when I was in school.
Mile?
Yep.
37. Dude, am I close?
Think about it, right? Have you ever run a mile?
It's like, 4 laps around the track.
Right. Do you think that's 37 feet?
Sure. No, I'm kidding. It's way more than 37.
You want to know what it is? Or do you give up?
I really don't know the answer.
It's 5,280 feet.
Okay, how fast was the fastest you ever did the mile?
Oh, geez. I think the fastest I ever did the mile was like 5:46 or something like that. You want to know the slowest
I ever did the mile?
What?
17 minutes in the 7th grade.
17 minutes in the 7th grade?
Yeah, because we ate spaghetti for lunch.
Oh, that's not a good.
It was not a good combination. I mean, I don't run anyway. Especially like a lot of people listening who are like, Joplin doesn't exercise. I don't like to exercise. But I've gotten into lifting kind of recently. Yeah. So that's fun. But I was not running that mile, and the spaghetti did not help. Especially school food spaghetti.
So you had gym right after lunch. Oh, yeah. And you guys had spaghetti. That's not a good combination.
No.
All right, that's fair. Okay, so you're 3 for 5, but you're still doing good. You've gotten more right than you've gotten wrong, okay? Some geography quiz, a little geography question, okay?
You hit me with all the...
what is the state capital of Missouri?
Oh, it's it starts with a J.
It does.
Oh, Jefferson City?
Yes.
Oh,
Jefferson City. It is. Okay. Yeah.
I used to have a state capital puzzle.
You want to know something? You are the first person so far that's gotten a state capital question correct.
I like state capitals.
Everybody has missed the state capital. We had North Carolina. Do you remember North Carolina?
It's not Raleigh, is it?
It is Raleigh. Okay. Yeah. And then we did North Dakota.
I don't know that.
Iowa.
Is it? No. Ohio's in Cincinnati, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Iowa.
Iowa. I don't know. Is it Iowa City?
It's Des Moines.
Okay.
But a lot of people think that it's Iowa City.
Okay.
But yeah, so you're the first person, so feel good about yourself. You're the first person to get one right. Number 7, how many ounces are in a cup?
4? I don't know. 8? No, 8 ounces? What's in a 2 liter?
Oh, I don't know.
Like 16 ounces? In like a 2 liter? I don't know. How many ounces is in a cup? Mm-hmm. Did I already say it?
You have already said the correct answer.
Is it 4?
I don't know. You have to tell me what your answer is.
I said 4 and I said 8. And now I'm thinking about a 2 liter.
I would forget about the 2 liter. That doesn't really.
Yeah, I know, but it's just all that's in my brain. Okay, how many ounces is in a cup? A cup is little, but it's also kind of big. 4.
It was 8.
Dang it!
It was 8. You were right there. You had it. Yeah, 8 ounces in a cup. All right.
I don't know what a cup is.
If I'm someone who studies weather, what is my profession?
A meteorologist?
I am a meteorologist.
Oh, thanks.
Nicely done. I mean, I'm not a meteorologist,
right.
but I took meteorology. No, there's 2 more.
Oh, okay.
I did take meteorology in high school. And it was really cool.
That's a cool class to offer.
Yeah, it was a really cool class. I got to learn like what kinds of clouds there are and how to like watch out for like scary clouds and which ones I should be afraid of and which ones I shouldn't. Yeah.
Makes sense for the Midwest.
Yeah. I also took astrology in high school and that was really fun too. Like learn about like all the like the constellations and yeah.
What sign are you? Do you believe in that? I don't believe in it, but
I'm not a big like it was more just like actual like space astrology.
Have you ever heard like if somebody's like ask you what your sign is, you're supposed to run away?
Yeah, I know I'm a Virgo, but I don't really like follow any of that.
I'm a Sagittarius.
Nice.
But I don't follow any of it either.
Yeah. I mean, I've read some of the stuff about what a Virgo is
yeah,
supposed to be, and I'm like,
Instagram posts and it's like, which Disney character are you based on your sign? And I'm like,
and then I never like what I am, so I'm like, never mind, it's stupid.
You never like what you are?
I always get like a villain, like a character that's like not important to the movie. I'm like, I'm a main character.
You know, like
I have main character
Hercules,
syndrome.
like the fat lady that sings at the beginning of Hercules. Every time I take the Hercules quiz on BuzzFeed, I always get the fat singing lady, and everybody always tells me, they're like, well, that makes sense, and I'm like,
why does it make sense? Yeah.
Why does it make sense? And why does BuzzFeed keep doing this to me?
Oh my gosh, BuzzFeed, we'll write them a letter about their.
Please, I've taken this quiz 4 times.
I want to be someone cooler. All right, we're gonna go back to science. We're going to talk about an atomic symbol. Do you remember atomic symbols? From do you remember the chart?
Barely. I haven't had a science class since sophomore year.
Do you remember the atomic symbol for Mercury?
MU? I don't know.
No.
MC?
Nope. Doesn't start with an M.
It doesn't?
Nope.
I don't know. I don't know any of those anymore. I haven't had science in sophomore year. That's hard. Do you know the signs off the top of your head?
Only the basic ones, potassium being K and iron's Fe and
Better than I
remember some of those, but I don't remember
I don't. That makes me sound...
It's Hg. Mercury is Hg.
That makes me sound stupid.
No, it doesn't.
I would have never known.
It's okay. Not a big deal. All right, Joplin. Last question.
All right. How many am I?
I think
I've gotten 4.
I think you've gotten 5.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, you've gotten 5. You're doing
great.
What is the #1 selling music album of all time?
Of all time?
Mm-hmm.
Is it like...
The song, the most popular song...
Of all time?
Is the name of the album. If that
helps. Is it Thriller?
It is Thriller.
I just watched a Janet Jackson documentaries with my mom the other day. So I've been thinking about Michael... Okay, you want to hear a story about Michael Jackson?
I would love for you to tell me a story.
So, when I was in the 8th grade, I would, learn about a celebrity, and then I'd, hyperfixate on this celebrity, and then I had to learn everything about them. Because,
Do you know what Michael Jackson's birthday is?
I don't. Okay, because
it's the same as my birthday.
Is it really?
We have the same birthday.
Wow.
I was almost the king of pop. I just missed it out by a couple of decades.
Yeah. Close. But listen, I was like, I don't really know anything about Michael Jackson.
Yeah.
So I learned all about Michael, all these weird little things, which now I have tossed.
Yeah.
But I learned so much about Michael Jackson, and then this was so embarrassing because I was in the 8th grade, but I genuinely thought that Michael Jackson was haunting me. I really thought for years.
Okay,
for
tell
years,
me why.
I never believed in ghosts before until I knew that Michael Jackson was dead. I learned everything about him, and I thought he was my ghost. So, I live in a really old house, sometimes, things close. And I was like, Michael?
You were like, Michael, quit messing with me.
Always Michael Jackson. And then, this is so embarrassing, but before, when my dad was sick, obviously, we knew eventually, things he would pass. And I was like, you better tell Michael Jackson to leave me alone. After my dad died, no more Michael Jackson. I don't get haunted no more. Maybe it was just my head. I don't even believe in ghosts, but I do believe.
You believed in Michael Jackson's
Michael
ghost.
Jackson was haunting me. Isn't that embarrassing?
That's amazing.
I was in the 8th grade.
That's fantastic. That's something that you should never forget. Tell people that for the rest of your life. That's an amazing story. Yes.
And now people are going to come up to me at school and be like, hee, that's terrible.
If you're watching or listening to this podcast, anytime you see Joplin from now on, you meet her and greet her with a hee.
Please,
that's
no.
How you...
It's over. Thanks, Cooper.
That's how you greet her forever. That's amazing. Great job. You win a sticker.
Oh, yay.
That's for you.
High quality.
It's not waterproof, so I would recommend not putting it on a water bottle.
Okay, I was just about to be like, I'll put it on a water bottle.
Or you can put it on a water bottle, and when we get newer ones that are waterproof, you can just swap them out.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fancy. Thank you.
Yeah, of course. You earned it.
I'll put it on my Chromebook. There you go. Plug. Yeah.
Perfect. Then when you get to Carbondale and they're like, what's that sticker? You can be like, oh,
go
it's
listen
a podcast.
To my podcast. Yeah. Of me crying about Carbondale. Being like, they have Pepsi products. That's embarrassing.
Maybe when you get there as a freshman, they will have just switched over to Coke products.
Wouldn't that be so nice?
That'd be a dream come true.
It really would be.
All right, Joplin, I want to know something about your life, okay? And I've heard you talk about it a couple of times. But I know that you have volunteered at Durley.
Oh,
and that you've done the camp counselor experience.
And the work crew.
I've never been a camp counselor. I've gone to camps before.
Yes. You should do that this summer. You should try, just for a week.
Maybe, yeah. Maybe I'll
should
tap
apply.
in. Maybe.
You should talk to Steph.
Yeah, I'll see what we've got going on. Maybe I'll try something like that.
That'd be so fun.
What tell me about, like, what's it like to be a camp counselor? Like, what are things that you liked about it? What's something super frustrating about being a camp counselor? Like, like, talk to me. What do we got?
Well, I think I love the fact that, like, the kids are just, like, so innocent, and they just, like, almost all of them want to learn about God, and, like, they just want to be there, and they want to, like, explore their faith. And I feel like camp is, like, such, like, a touching step, like, it's just, like, a stepping stone.
Yeah, sure.
For what is gonna, like, grow you in your faith. Because, like, even when, like, kids come and they don't believe because they come to play and do all the things, like, canoe and play sports and all the little things. But, like, I think that I think that the kids who want to be there really want to be there.
Yeah, sure.
And so I've always loved that part. And I love, like, the environment. I love that you make so many friends. And I love that, like, you're literally surrounded by God 24/7.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, you already are, like...
Right, but it's like an environment
when you're
that's
in
like...
that environment, it's just so fun. Like,
yeah.
And you just, like... Camp is a place where you can actually, like, be yourself. And, like, there's no, like, mean kids or, like...
Yeah. It's fun to, like, create that space. Like, to create the space that kids can, like, come and...
And it's the same, like... And, you know, like, a lot of kids, like, even though you know these kids for maybe 4 days max, like, they put so much into you, like, so much trust. And it just, like, feels good knowing that you can be that, like, safe place for a week or whatever. I just love that. And, I mean, I've got so many camp memories and funny stuff. Like, the funniest stuff happens. And, you know, I think you're so exhausted while you're doing it that things are 10 times more. Like, we always say that we're, like, Jesus high, which sounds terrible.
I think that's a totally valid thing, though. Like, you come back from camp and you're like, oh, everything Jesus,
yes,
I want it. Yeah.
And then, like, in the moment, like, because literally, like, you're up at 6 to, like, by the time, like, lights out, say it's 10, you're not in bed till, like, 1.
Oh, yeah. Not a chance that I'm going to sleep right when I'm supposed to.
Oh, never. No. So, like, 1 to 6 every single day for a month in the heat. Yep. You learn a lot about yourself. You learn a lot about your friends.
Yeah.
And I think I've truly made, like, some of my lifelong friends at camp.
Yeah, that's really cool.
Yeah, I love it. I just love being camp counselor. And I love doing work crew, too, because, like, we have family camp at Durley.
Okay.
Which is, like, adults come and... So, like...
Oh, so, like, the adult, like, parents will come with their kids and, like, do camps together?
And old people. Like, families that have come for, like, 80 years
Oh, really? So, like, different, like, grandparents, parents,
and they
kids.
People stay in the cabins. People, like, bring their campers out. We've got...
Oh, wow.
Yeah, and like, normally, like, there's, like, a family that, like, or, like, a bigger pastor that comes and speaks, and then, like, there's, like, people from all over that come, and I'm always like, can I please be work crew for that? Because, like, you see all the different types of people, and you're cooking for them. So, like, we do the 3 meals, and we run the snack shop. So, like, all day, like, I'm meeting all these different people, and there's just so many crazy experiences, and you never know what people are going to say to you.
That is true.
Because there's a lot of, like, I love, like, because we get, a bunch of the repeat families. Yeah. And I love a lot of the families, but one time this man told me that, he was like, only brown people know how to mop correctly. And while I was sitting there, and it was the most, and I was like, this is church camp. Like, have you ever seen that meme where it's like, man, this is a Taco Bell.
Yeah, man, this is...
like, that's how I feel.
Oh my gosh. He said that to you?
Oh, yeah, it was so funny. And, like, last year, so we had a group from a Spanish-speaking church.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if they were Mexican or, like, what.
Yeah, sure. They were Spanish-speaking.
They were just Spanish-speaking people. And they came, and they told them to come down for, like, lunch or dinner or something, and that it would all be paid for, but because our pastor, he was, he spoke Spanish and English. So there was an English translator. So he'd been there all week. So he spoke to, like, all the English speakers. Like, he had a translator. Like, so, like, the lady who spoke Spanish spoke in English to us.
Okay.
And then he spoke in Spanish to them.
Okay.
And it was so cool.
Yeah.
And I'm so sad because that worship I heard was amazing, and I missed it.
Oh, no.
And because they had that was just the coolest service ever.
Yeah.
But what was great was all these people came for just a day, and a bunch of them came right when lunch was over, and we had this big lunch, and it was one of the days that the lunch was free or something, so it was nachos. But they came, and by the time everybody had come through before they got there, all the food was gone. And they had been told the wrong time to come. So we had no food left. And my friend Walter, he can speak Spanish. And then my friend Antu, he was there. But Antu was I'm going to the zip line. Because Antu's from Guatemala. So he spoke some of the Spanish was different, but most of it was right. So he was oh, hi. He talked to him for a minute. And then he was yeah, they'll feed you. All we had was corn and ham sandwiches. We ran out of ham. We weren't even supposed to have ham sandwiches. It was they were just finding stuff to make, and all these people. And so Walter was yeah, I know Spanish. And Walter's so smart. But he's I've never had to speak Spanish to actual Spanish speaking people.
Yeah.
And it was hilarious because he was all we have is slices of ham and corn on the cob. And I was all these poor people thought they were coming for this great lunch, and they come to this tiny little place on the lake, and I don't know, that story just was so funny to me.
That's hilarious.
But there's just so many weird little things that happen at camp, and between the kids and the adults, and you just never know what you're gonna see.
Yeah, there's so much. I know that one of the things that ministry, youth ministry for me, and camp counseling probably the same for you.
Right.
One of the things that are very similar is you have to improv so much.
Oh, on the spot.
There's so much stuff that comes up, and you're we're just gonna do this, and then you just make something happen.
Especially when kids ask you those super tough questions.
Yeah.
Or the questions that are just so awkward you can't answer them.
Yeah.
So you're yeah, and then you just have to come up with something.
Yeah.
Or it's you've done your activity, and then they're okay, because kids, they fly through stuff so fast.
And then they're just ready to go to the next one.
So it's how do I keep them going? And you come up with crazy stuff to you just are always I don't know. And I think I love that. I think that I love that I'm always just coming up with ideas.
That's good. Yeah. Yeah. That's a good thing to. Yeah, I feel I need this to happen. I'll try to go to Durley, and even if I just go to speak or something, or I don't know. I feel I need to show up.
Have you thought about that? Being a speaker?
I don't know if they would want me to do that, but
you could.
If they wanted me to, I guess I probably would. But
that'd be cool.
Yeah, it's I'm sure as well though. When there's that many kids, I'm sure it can be incredibly frustrating at times.
Oh, it's different because 1 week you're with second grade to fourth grade, and then the next week you're early teenagers or kids that are going into high school. It's so weird because all the freshmen at youth group were all my campers. So so Allie and Sarah.
And Eli
and Eli, they're all at the same camp together. Yeah. And Peyton, they were all at the same camp.
And you were their camp counselor.
I was I had Allie, and I had Maya, and I had Sarah, and Aubrey. I had everybody. I had a whole Hillsborough cabin, and that was luckily I didn't really know those girls before, so it wasn't
it wasn't oh, you guys already know me. You're just gonna
But and I think it was nice because then I came close with them, and then I feel I was able to give them some high school advice because they were about to go to high school.
Yeah.
Which I don't know if my advice mattered, but in the moment it made me feel
I'm sure good. It did, yeah.
But it was crazy because when we came back from camp, it was I was still just at youth group, and they'd be Joplin, do you know how to do this, or do you know what this is? I'd be I'm not even in charge of you anymore. And I don't think that they realize that, because I'll help anybody.
Yeah, I think when your first experience with someone is you're in charge.
Yeah.
I think that kind of sticks with you.
Yeah.
Because I know so thinking about you and me, right? I will really only be your youth pastor for one, officially your youth pastor for 1 year. Obviously, if you ever need to talk or we're always gonna be friends, that's fine. But we will have known each other more as just friends than we will actually have youth.
It's crazy.
But you probably will always think of me as the guy who was your youth pastor because that's the first time we met. That's just how we. Yeah. It just kind of sticks with people sometimes. There's people that for me, it's weird, especially with like when I was raised, it was very much like you call people Mr. and Mrs. You use their last name. Yeah. Like you don't call adults by their first name. Yeah. So it's even weird for me as like a 25-year-old to be working at a church and like talking to people. No. Oh. But like for me to not try to call people like Mr. and Mrs., like what their name, like to actually like use their name, which I'm sure I probably could call them Mr. and Mrs., but I feel like I'm at the point now where every time I try to do that, they're like, don't call me that. Like they tell me not to.
Yeah.
But yeah. So I'll be like with Pastor Matt, like I almost called him like Mr. Ferguson a couple of times. And I was like, I feel like if I did that, he would look at me like, why did you just say that to me? Yeah, who do you think I am? Like, I don't know. So
yeah, I get you. Yeah. I always thought that was weird, like when people are like when they're friends with their teacher outside of school, so they like are like, oh, like so and so. I'm like, I cannot do that.
No, yeah.
I don't think like my favorite teacher, her name's Mrs. Powell. And sometimes, like, her name's, like, Kelly Powell, but sometimes I'll be like, hi, KP, just because, like, I just love her. Yeah. And she loves me, too. But, like, I mean, I think she loves everybody. That lady's got all the, like, best bones any person can have. Like, just, like, the nicest bones in their body. She's just, like, the sweetest.
Is this, like, her last year teaching?
Yeah.
Okay.
And she goes to the Free Methodist.
She has been... Somebody needs to tell her to watch this podcast because she has gotten so many
shout-outs. Yeah. Everybody loves KP. Yeah. She's the greatest.
That's cool. Are you...
I love her and I love Miss Kellen, my art teacher.
Okay, the art teacher?
Yeah. And I think Ruthie shouted out Miss Kellen.
Are you one of the people who, like, will call your parents by, like, their first names?
I can't. Like,
I can't do it. It's weird to me.
But, like, my friends, like, their parents, like... Yeah. My friend Elena, her mom, and, like... Her dad, like, I've gone to her house in 6th grade. Like, I can just walk in their house. You have to be real comfy to just be able to open somebody's fridge.
Yeah.
Like, I'm that level of, like, I just stay at their house. Like, it's like my second house. And I call them Elena's mom and Elena's dad. I'll be like, hi, Elena's dad. Yeah. Like, I can't, because if I'm ever like, hey, Matt, that's so weird.
And like, I had friends who would, like, call their mom by, like, their name. Like, so she would be like, yeah, so I was with Christy the other day, and I'm like, Christy? They're like, yeah, my mom. And I'm like, you didn't just say I was with my mom? Like, why would you choose to use her real name? Like, that's so weird. Yeah. So, like, yeah, that was always, like, really weird to me that people do that. I can't. There's something about it that in my brain, like, if I try to do that, it just yells, no! Like, it, like, screams at me. It's like, don't do that, you know?
So, like, I guess, like, it's weird because, like, if my mom was... Like, I'm always like, oh, yeah, I'm with my mom. Or, like, if I'm talking about my mom, I'll be like, yeah, my mom. But then, like, my friends would be like, oh, do you think that Danielle will let you go do that? I'll be like, Danielle says no. But then I'm like, what are we doing? Like, but it's also, like, I feel like that ties into me talking in third person.
Yeah.
So it's like, I guess that's the only time where it's okay, but it's still weird that people can call their parents, like...
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's weird.
Yeah. It's strange.
Stop it, all you people who are doing that.
Yeah,
you're making us uncomfortable.
You are. It's not nice.
Yeah, and we don't like that. I like to be comfortable, so please do everything to try to make me and Joplin feel good about ourselves.
Yep. Only if it's okay with us.
Life is about one thing, and that's making yourself feel comfortable.
I actually pull that whenever I'm like, I am the funniest person. Like I said at the beginning, like when people are like, oh, don't be so cocky or don't be this type. But like I just like I don't know.
You're fun. You're just a fun person to be around.
Yeah. I don't know that like
nothing wrong with that.
But honestly, if I'm being honest, and I bet my brother listens to this. Like my brother is like one of the most funny people, and I think it's because like he just knows like everything. Like my brother's just like so smart.
How old's your brother?
He's 27.
Okay.
And so we're 10 years apart.
Okay.
And so like he just like, oh my gosh, he's gonna get such a big head after he hears this.
Oh man.
Okay, Dylan, calm down, buddy. But
no, Dylan, you deserve this. Take this win.
But really, like he's one of the smartest people like I know ever.
Yeah.
And he just knows like he just always. Like, he's really into comedy, like, on, like, the great comics, you know? So, like, he just always knows how to, like, make his punchline flow or, like, the thing, like, in the moment that you can't even think of being a joke.
Yeah.
Which normally I'm pretty good at quick jokes like that. But he is, like, he'll beat me 10 out of 10.
Yeah.
Like, he's so fast at it, and I just don't understand. Like, there's nobody funnier.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, Oh, speaking of funny people, I love Adam Sandler. I love him.
Yeah.
I had an Adam Sandler birthday party.
Do you know who doesn't like Adam Sandler?
Are you talking about Henrietta?
No, Henrietta doesn't like her.
Did I tell you that about Henrietta, the dubbed Adam Sandler?
Oh, yes, we did talk about that. We did talk
weird.
about that. We talked about how, for people who don't know what this is, we talked about how Adam Sandler, because Henrietta is German.
Yeah.
And his voice in all of the movies in Germany is
dubbed. Yes.
And so when she heard his actual voice for the first
time... She thought it was wrong.
Yeah,
and, Adam Sandler is known for, the way he does his punchlines.
Titan Alley?
Yeah.
He doesn't think Adam Sandler's funny.
Titan.
I am not afraid to name drop you, because that is a bad opinion.
That is disappointing. I just think he's so funny. Yes. And I think it's because, his humor is, I fully believe that it's okay to be sensitive and everything, but Adam Sandler's sense of humor is so unsensitive, but it's, it's fun. I don't know, it's not, super, sometimes it's crude, but, I don't know, he just gets away with so much stuff that it's, you're just so shocked.
You're wow, you're doing... This is crazy.
Oh, yeah. How are you saying this
I think it was Titan. It might have been Trevor. We're going to figure out which one of them
Trevor
it was.
or Titan.
One of you
guys. Hello, do better. Do better.
Yeah. Whoever it is that has that opinion, stop it.
Stop it.
Yeah.
You're not allowed. We love Adam Sandler in this household.
I'm a super tolerant person unless you say that Adam Sandler's not funny.
Yeah. No Adam Sandler slander here.
Yeah. There will be no Sandler slander on this podcast.
Yeah.
Ooh, try to say Sandler slander 10 times fast.
I'm so congested. I don't think Sandler's... Yeah.
Yeah, Sandler slander? Yeah, it's a weird thing to say.
That's a hard one.
Yeah.
But
maybe we'll try to make that a challenge on the next episode. The Joplin challenge is to try to say Sandler slander 10 times fast.
It's hard. I don't know how you even get it out.
I don't either. I think I'm not pronouncing everything. But
yeah, but I just thought that was the funniest thing whenever she was like, his voice does not sound like that. I don't know. It's But
I can't believe we're already at the point where we have to wrap up.
It's kind of sad.
I feel we just started, you know?
Yeah, at the beginning of this, I was like, oh, this is kind of nerve-wracking. And it's still it's not even that late.
I know.
This is gonna everybody do the podcast. I was like, we were talking before, so I was like, oh, we're just talking. And then I was like, it's kind of awkward being on camera. But no, this is so fun.
Yeah, it's fun.
Yeah. And you get to do this every week.
I get to do it every week. Being the host is so fun because I get to be part of it all the time.
Yeah.
I get FOMO.
Do you?
I'll get FOMO. So something like this is good for me because I get to be here every week. Even if other people are talking the whole time, at least I still get to.
At least you're still listening.
I'm in the room, and that's all that matters to me. Yeah.
Just whenever there's a meeting at school, you don't want to miss whatever it is.
Yeah, I just want to know what's going on.
I just want to know.
I had to miss an assembly one time, my junior year, and it was I walked in at the end of it, and I was like, "What happened?" And they were like, "It was just an assembly," and I was like, "Tell me everything."
I want to know. I think it's okay to have FOMO.
Yeah, I don't think it's a bad thing. My dog gets FOMO.
Really?
Oh my gosh, Bentley, oh gosh, I said her name. Okay, she's not moving good. So she will if Alana and I are on the couch together and she's on the floor on the couch with us. If one of us gets up, she will look.
I gotta go.
And then she'll literally look at me bye, and then she'll leave. And I'm like, you didn't have to look at me like that first. It was I know we have a thing going on here, but Mom left the room, so
now I have to leave.
I could stay, but I don't want to, and I'm like, wow, that hurts my feelings. But FOMO is fine. If you get FOMO, it's not that big of a deal.
Yeah, I think it's okay.
Before we go, we're gonna do it's a little bit of a get to know you, but it's a rapid fire.
Oh,
I'm gonna ask you some questions. I want you to answer them as fast as you can. Okay.
Oh, great.
So try not to think about it too much, and then we'll. All right, here we go. Number 1. What's your favorite brand right now?
My favorite brand right now?
Yeah.
Target. Just the Target
You just
brand.
love Target?
Oh, because I don't know, the Target brand toothbrushes, they're these generic little toothbrushes.
Yeah.
They're the best toothbrushes ever.
You need to come, Alana's a Target
And I love
fanatic,
I love the Target dollar spot.
Don't say that too loud. I'm going to end up having to go there so many times now.
I told you, this is why I want to be her best friend.
Yeah, I think it's very possible. You guys just need to start hanging out.
All
right. Number 2, if you could have any superpower, what would you want?
Fast travel.
Oh, super speed? Or you saying teleporting?
No.
Or
because I feel like my brain or my head would be trapped over here and then my body would be over here. You know what I'm saying? I'd say like kind of like the Flash, but I would just like to be able to run there and be done. You know what I'm saying?
So super speed basically.
Yeah, but you know, like the Flash has all those other like things he has to do.
Oh yeah. You just want to be able to like show up, like go to Target. I just want
to be like I can go get boba.
Yeah, you just want to be like, oh, I need a Target toothbrush, and then like when you're at Target. Yeah. Okay. All right.
Just something quick.
Number 3, if you could go anywhere for vacation, where would you go?
I've been to Jamaica twice, and I love it. I'd go back any day.
Okay, so cool. Jamaica's a good answer.
Yeah.
Number 4, if you could be best friends with any celebrity, who would you choose to be best friends with?
Shawn Mendes, just because we'd be best friends and then he'd fall in love with me. Oh, okay. And yeah, so he's just so pretty. I can't help it.
Lily Churchwell thinks that she looks like Shawn Mendes.
She's wrong. I'm looking you in the eye, Lily. You're wrong.
Have you guys had this conversation already?
Well, she posted on her story like a poll, and she was like, "Do I look like Shawn Mendes?" And I voted no.
I was here when she did that. That was right before the podcast.
Funny. Yeah. And I was like, "No, you're wrong." That's so funny. Shawn is beautiful. Lily's beautiful, but Shawn is just a man.
I understand. All right, number 5. If you could be a professional at anything, like a pro, what would you want to be a pro at?
Golf. I don't want to golf.
Yeah.
I don't have any interest, but I feel like they make a lot of money.
You have to be really good to make a lot of money, but like, yeah, you could. It's possible.
Or like just like some like sport or something.
Yeah,
just
some
so
kind of
that
athletic.
I can get like super rich, blow my knee out, and just retire.
Oh, okay. So your goal is to get really good at a sport, get a career-ending injury, and then retire on the money that you've made?
Yeah.
All right, I love it. That's a
I'm
plan.
already super clumsy, so I think I'd
feel like all I have to do is become a professional athlete. I'm already on the way.
Just get all the money, and then...
So you wouldn't blow your knee out playing sports. You would be like falling down stairs or something. Like.
So a fun story about Joplin is I broke my ankle at HHS freshman year. People listening already know the story. I slipped on acorns because I was talking too much.
You slipped on acorns.
And I wasn't paying attention, and my left leg went behind my head. And the reason, funny story, is the reason, so I kept slipping down the hill because, have you been, like, on the backside of HHS?
Yes, I went sledding there, like, when the
snow
came.
Yeah. So, I slipped and I fell, and I kept rolling, and my ankle rolled, like, twice behind my head. Like, literally my leg was behind my head. It's like, and the reason I stopped is because me and Macy were talking, and Macy jumped on top of me, stopped me from, like, kept going. Yeah. And Alicia was, like, all the way over there, and literally, in the most dramatic way, she goes, "Oh, no!" And then she was like, "Mrs. Shanklin, Joplin's hurt!"
Like a bad movie. Like,
no!
Yeah,
and I remember just being, like, decapitated. Like, Alicia, you're... I was, like,
incredible.
Still acting in this moment. Like, it was hilarious.
That's so great. Okay, amazing. So you would become a professional sports something, blow your knee out, retire. Awesome.
Just get I just want all the sports money.
Yeah. You kind of already...
get a jersey.
Oh, yeah, and you get a jersey.
Yeah.
All right, you kind of already answered this one, but who is your favorite teacher at HHS?
Oh, KP or Miss Cumlin. Or, I don't know. I like, it depends on, like, the subject. So I feel like I have a favorite because, you know, there's different little departments. Mm-hmm. So I feel like my favorite English teacher is Mr. Burke. He's great. He's a soccer coach. But he's just so funny. And, like, his class is always just, like, a nice part of my day. But KP and Mrs. Cumlin... Like, whenever you're in Mrs. Powell's class, like, you just know that you're wanted there. You know what I mean?
That's
like,
a good, yeah,
she's just really good at making every one of her students involved and, like, just wanting to be there.
She's cultivated a good environment.
Oh, she really has. She's, like, she's a blessing to HHS. She really is.
That's cool.
And Mrs. Cumlin, like, we argue and we fight because I'm just like, oh, Mrs. Cumlin, I want to do my art project the way that I want to do it. And then she'll be like, Joplin, come on. And I'll be like...
No, we're not going to do that.
I'll be like, I love you. And then she's like, okay. And so she puts up with me.
That's good. Yeah. All right, cool. Number 7. Who's your favorite, like, artist right now? Music artist. And your favorite song by them?
My favorite music artist? Oh, that's so... Okay. So, this is, like, old, but I'm still obsessed with In the Heights. Like, the... Broadway, like the remake. Did you see it this summer? It was on HBO. Lin-Manuel Miranda did it.
Oh, okay.
Like the Hamilton dude.
Yeah.
And I also I liked Hamilton this year. Like I'm super behind on the bandwagon, But I'm obsessed with the opening scene from In the Heights. It's just In the Heights. And it's like 5 minutes long and I can sing every song to it. But I also, not a new artist, but I can sing like every riff off from Pitch Perfect 2 because it's my all-time favorite movie.
Okay.
So those songs from Pitch Perfect 2, any day, anytime.
I'm surprised. I thought you were going to say Jonas Brothers because every time I see you have that Jonas Brothers sweatshirt on.
I do love the Jonas Brothers. I love you.
It's okay. It's all right.
I do.
It's good to have.
I could talk about that forever.
It's good to have multiple, it's good to have a range,
Who is your Joe bro?
Oh, it's Kevin. Kevin needs more love.
Kevin!
Listen, someone's got to be there for Kevin, so
Good.
I'll be there for Kevin.
Good.
Yeah, Kevin Jonas. If you want to be on the podcast sometime, just let me know.
Oh, yes. You would have to invite me. Imagine you guys, one of the Jonas Brothers to come on the youth podcast, and you didn't invite me. I don't think we'd be friends anymore.
That would be it. You would cancel our friendship.
It's over.
Wow.
Sorry.
All right, number 8. What's your biggest phobia? What's your biggest fear? What are you afraid of?
What am I afraid of?
Me having a Jonas brother on the podcast.
Not inviting me?
Not inviting you?
I think my biggest fear is, like, I'm gonna, like, not, like, get, like, I don't know, like, I'm afraid, like, I'm gonna, like, meet the person, get married, and then I'm just gonna get divorced and be sad and lonely forever.
Aw,
you know?
That's not gonna happen.
Which I don't think is gonna happen, but I'm just, like, always afraid, like, that, like, I'm never gonna get married because I want to be married to have a wedding. I want to have a wedding. And, like, it just sounds like so much fun.
Yeah.
And I love, like, the whole, like, dress and, like, but I want to make sure it's the right person.
You have plenty of time. You're 17.
Oh,
so
no, I'm 18.
I thought you just said your brother was 10 years older than you and he was 27.
I get the 8 first. His birthday's in June. Yeah. You're close.
Sorry, I was just trying to put the 2 and 2 together. That's on me. My bad.
Good job.
All right.
But, no, I know I've got plenty of time. But I just am afraid, like, I don't want to be divorced. Because then I feel like I'll just be, like, some old little, like, hag lady. That's terrible. I just don't want that to happen to me.
You want to hear a great story?
Yeah.
So when I was my mom used to substitute teach, and when I was in 3rd grade, she subbed for my class. And one of my friends, his name is Justin. I won't say his last name, but his name is Justin.
Oh, and, no name drops.
I mean, he's never gonna see this. He lives in Rochester or whatever. But so he and I were really good friends when we were in 3rd grade before he moved away and then ended up moving back, whatever, all that. But my mom's subbing in our class, and where I had just watched, I want to say like a TV show or a movie or something the night before. I mean, in that movie, somebody got called a hag, and I thought it was funny. Like they said it in a way in the movie that it was funny.
Oh, right.
And so I thought it was just like a funny word that you can like say to somebody, like, "You're a hag," and it's like, oh, you know, like it's just like a joke.
No.
And so we're in line going to the bathroom because when you're in elementary school, you have to line up to do everything.
Yeah.
And
later.
I told Justin, I was like, "Hey, Justin, like you should call my mom a hag. It'll be really funny." And so he raises his hand while we're in line getting ready to go back to the classroom. And she goes, "Yeah, Justin, what's up?" And he goes, "Mrs. Aker, you're a hag." And my mom's face goes blank. And she goes, "Let's go back to the room." And she goes to the classroom. She gets out the dictionary and she goes, "Justin, why don't you read the definition for a hag?" And Justin reads it, and it's an ugly old witch. And Justin reads it, and he looks up, and he's so scared. And my mom just starts laughing because she thought it was hilarious. But I thought that I just got my friend murdered. Like,
did your mom know it was you?
No, I told her that like later. But
I was like, is she finding out right now?
No, she knows, but like I didn't tell her till like high school or something like that. But
really fast though, did you call your mom at
yeah,
school?
I would just call her mom. Yeah,
because I always think that's weird. Like when people like when their dads are coaches, they're like they call them coach. I mean, I've never been a sports kid, but like I feel like I just still be like hey dad or like hey mom. You know what I mean? Like
I just call her mom.
Yeah. Makes sense to me.
Yeah, but anyway, that's a fun story about the word
hag.
Anyway,
funny. She said, "Look in the dictionary."
Yeah, it was so great. Like I feel like that could be a moment like in a TV show that would be really funny.
Right.
All right, so number 9. You get dinner with any person, dead or alive. Who are you going to dinner with?
Probably my dad, because I miss him and I can.
That's a good answer.
I think that we would like. I think it'd be really nice to just catch
You could ask him if he asked Michael Jackson.
Did that not haunt me?
To stop haunting you.
Even I think he'd be like, what are you talking about?
Yeah.
And be like, I know you did it somehow.
I know it.
I know, even though you're right here. I know you did it somehow.
Yeah, that's great. I love that answer.
I don't even believe in ghosts. That's so embarrassing.
All right, 10th and final question.
Okay.
Joplin, you are trapped on a desert island, and you can only have 3 items. What items do you choose?
Like a fire starter.
Okay.
A pillow. I don't like being nowhere without a pillow.
I don't think that's a bad answer at all.
I do.
Okay, I like that.
I don't know if somebody already said that, but
no, nobody said that.
I love pillows. Like I have like 8 pillows on my bed.
Yeah.
And then probably like some sort of thing I could like hunt or fish with. I don't know.
Okay. Yeah. Some kind of sword or a gun or something.
Yeah, or like maybe like a sword, because I think you can fish with that, and you can like
a spear.
get through stuff.
Yeah.
You know, in the jungle.
Yeah, fair enough.
And then I can make a little like shack. Have you ever seen those videos of people on YouTube like making the dirt houses, and it's like 3 a.m. and that's all you watch?
Yeah.
Yeah. I hope if I got stuck on an island, I could figure out how to do
something
that.
like that.
Or maybe I get stuck with them, and they could just build me a dirt house.
Yeah.
And then me and my pillow would be safe.
Perfect.
Yeah.
All right, Joplin. There's one more question I have for you. Before we ask this, I just want to say thank you for being on the podcast.
Thanks.
It's been so much fun to have you on here.
I'm glad I got to do it finally.
Of course, yeah.
To get here.
I know. A snowstorm tried to stop, then you got bronchitis.
Yeah,
was it bronchitis?
Yeah.
You got bronchitis.
That's why I got the
I'm glad that you're feeling better, though.
Thank you.
Before we go, I want you to do this. Give a shout out to someone or some company or something that you feel like deserves a shout out.
No kidding. Not Target. Somebody that deserves a shout out. Probably my mom, because I gave her my sickness after I was sick.
Oh yeah.
For the whole, I was sick for a whole almost 7 days, and she got my sickness, and I feel bad because I was so sick to the point where when you're so sick, you're just all you can do is cry and lay there.
Yeah.
And so my mom's just I feel so bad for her. She's just crying and laying there. And I just love her so much, and I'm sorry that I gave you my sickness, Mom. But shout out to you. Thanks for buying me food and making me dinner and giving me rides.
Thanks for keeping Joplin alive.
Yeah,
we
you're doing a good job.
We like Joplin, so. Well, cool. Joplin, again, thank you so much for being on the podcast.
Thanks, Cooper.
Thank you all for listening or watching. Hopefully you're enjoying it. If there's anything that we did or talked about that you liked, or if there's anything you want us to talk about in the future, please let us know.
Come to the podcast,
we can make it work. Yeah, let me know if you want to be on. I want to have everybody that wants to be on the podcast on the podcast. So.
I'll be back.
Yeah. So, yeah. Thanks for watching, everybody. We'll see you again next week. If you ever are thinking about what podcast to watch, all you have to say to yourself is... Yep! Thanks. See you guys.